Alright, how's it going everyone? Today we're going to do another Skylanders video. I know I haven't done one in a while, I apologize. I was just trying to get my content sorted out and trying to think of some more ideas. So today we're going to do it on all of my Dragon Skylanders, ranked in order of how good they are. So we're going to start off with the worst in my opinion and work our way to the best. Another thing to mention, these are figures that are noted to be dragons in the wiki page of Skylanders. We're also not including minis, just because there's normal figures. So yeah, you might see one and be like, that's not a dragon, but I don't make the rules, I'm just including whatever is noted. So, let's get right into it. Alright, so this is not going to be every single figure in the game because clearly I can't get all of them, and I don't want to give an assumption of how good figures are if I haven't played as them. So like some of the figures will be like Spotlight, that's just a given, it's very expensive and don't want to give a review on a figure that I don't have. So I have 9 dragon figures in total. So we're going to be ranking them from the least greatest to the best. So starting off, this is a figure that I recently acquired, and it's Blades. Blades, I don't know, the concept is cool. I think he has really cool design, and he does have really unique moves. But the thing is, they're not really practical, and I don't know, you can get them to do quite a bit of damage, but I would much rather use a character who is more straightforward and can just deal damage kind of instantaneously instead of having to use a figure more strategically, like you have to use Blades. The next figure is going to have to be Cinder. So as much as I want to like this figure, it's just so hard to because the one move, the dash, where you leave like skulls behind you that deal damage, it doesn't do nearly enough damage, and I find that there's many other figures who can move just as fast and also deal more damage. The only thing that Cinder has going for her is the lightning attack, because it does reset the enemy's moves. So say if one is going to hit you, you can zap it with the lightning and it'll totally reset it and it'll have to start over. So if it's in mid-swing, it'll start from before it even started to swing. So that's all it really has going for it, and that's why it's so low. The next figure is Spyro. So I know that there's a thing going on that I know Spyro was kind of the key part of the series, so that's why a lot of people don't like to use him that much, but personally I ranked him that low for a different reason. His fireballs, great moves, like they do a lot of damage, you can charge it up, deal even more damage, but the problem is his other move, his horns, they're not really the best idea, they don't do the most damage, and I've never actually personally went the path of the charging path, but I don't think I would ever, just because the fireball is so overpowered. But yeah, the reason basically for all these figures that are so low is that they have one move that carries them, and their second move is kind of garbage. I find I only use his dash move when I'm trying to get away from enemies, and not so much to battle them, which is why he's so low, is because I only use his fire. So the next is Flashwing. Flashwing was another recent pickup. I think she's totally well designed. The only thing is, like, I like how she has kind of a long range attack, which is very effective. Maybe it doesn't do as much damage as I'd hope it to do, but it's good for what it is. And the other one is kind of the cyclone attack. It's kind of weird. Again, it's not practical. I'd much rather use a character who's much more straightforward and can accomplish what I want to do kind of quicker. It is good for taking down hordes or lots of chompies, just because you can just hold the button and just kind of twirl around and deal damage, but it often puts you in a position where you're taking more damage than you're giving out. So the next figure, I know some people might disagree with this, but it is Whirlwind. I have been disagreed with in the past, so Whirlwind actually used to be not even close to one of my favorites. She's still not, to be honest, but she's working her way up there. I've been told to reevaluate my evaluations of using her as a figure, and to be honest, things have changed. I've realized that her movesets aren't entirely that bad. She has a good kind of long range attack. It does some good damage, the rainbows. Kind of a meme, but it's all good and it does what it's supposed to do. I don't know, there's not much to say about Whirlwind as a figure, but I'm sure you guys can see how she's better than all the rest that were ranked below her. So working our way past Whirlwind, we're getting into the 4 figures that, in my opinion, all of their attacks are great and they do a lot of damage. When compared to any other figures, not even only dragons, they can pretty much compete with all the other figures. And getting right into it, we have the first one is Bash. So Bash was one of my childhood favorites. I used him the most out of any other figure. Playing as him now, I can see how the only problem is kind of that his moves are very close range, so you will take quite a bit of damage, but his power makes up totally for it. His swinging of his tail does a ton of damage, and his rolling around gives him a ton of great speed, and even his rock move where a giant rock fist comes out of the ground, even that's not bad, and it's slightly ranged, but not enough to make him compete with the next 3. So the next Skylander, you guys are totally going to bash me for this, but it is Sunburn. Sunburn was a figure I didn't have growing up. I don't know, it was just really hard to find. But when I started playing with Sunburn, I started questioning all the hate I see online about Sunburn not being that good of a figure. It has the range, it's unique, and it's a great fire type Skylander. I do like the flamethrower attack. I don't know, there's not much I can say to really help my case in justifying it, but I don't know, hopefully you guys won't be too opposed to my choice right there. So the second best dragon Skylander, in my opinion, is Camo. Camo does a ton of damage. The attacks are great, they're super unique. They have exploding watermelons, and all the moves do a ton of damage. There's no area that I can really find where it lacks, and that's mostly the reasoning for it being my second best dragon type Skylander. And coming in at number 1, I'm sure you guys all agree with me and know exactly who this is, but it is a mechanical robot being Drobot. So Drobot, I say this in every video that I have to mention him, but you really can't go wrong using Drobot, and it's undoubtedly one of the best, if not the best, figure in Skylander Spyro's adventure. You can basically just hold down the lasers and deal a ton of damage while staying a great distance away, so you can be totally safe. It's great for taking down bosses and literally anything. So yeah, that was my top dragon type Skylanders. Hopefully in the future, when I get more Skylanders, I can maybe do a revised edition where I can include every single Skylander that's a dragon type. But yeah, that's going to be it today. Thanks guys for watching, and please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked what you saw here, and I'll see you in the next one.